designed an intercompetence framework, the biggest thing they were trying to make schools understand was it wasn't about what you're using, it's about how you're using it. So it wasn't about whether you were a Microsoft school or an Apple school or a Google school, it was about the skills that you were trying to teach them. Now generally, and I'll come on to the how stuff now in a minute, okay? Generally a school has to make decisions as to what the backbone of their system is. You know, for years and years, you walk into any primary school, when I was a child, you know, it was Microsoft. You'd see your Microsoft computer, you use your Word, your Excel, your PowerPoint, and that would be it. You know, then along came Apple, and they came out with the iPad and their iMacs, and that became huge. And they had their pages and their numbers and their keynotes. And then after that, then Google came along, and Google came out with their docs, their sheets, and their slides. And they're all pretty much the same thing. So 2 years ago, when we knew this was coming, and we also had a chance to be able to change the infrastructure in school, we had a long, hard look at the benefits of each of the three main backbones, Microsoft, Apple, and Google. And we tried to look at which system, which backbone, which infrastructure would enable us to teach and meet and provide the children with the best learning based on the DCF that we knew was coming. And ultimately then we chose Google, also because it was free. And Google has something called Apps for Education, and Google Apps for Education, which is a free suite of tools that doesn't cost anything. Now, after we chose that, I'll come on to something else that we've got in Wales called Hub a bit later on. And Hub came along about 6 months after we'd chosen to go down the Google route, and they offered Microsoft Office for free across Wales, which was fantastic, which was great. So now we're getting to the point where we're able to say that we're not platform specific. We've been Google for 2 years, but we're starting to move back to the point where children will have a multitude of different platforms to be able to use for the skills, and that really will help us to make sure that it's all about the skills and not what they're using. A lot of my talk for the next sort of bit now, the next few 5, 6, 7 minutes, is going to be about Google, because that's still the backbone of what we use in school. And if you're not sure how we structure our Google sort of setup, this is what I'm trying to share with you, okay? Because when a child enters, at the moment down in the same foundation phase, every class has a Google login. So we don't give individual logins to children in foundation phase. Some schools do, we don't at the moment, we use a class one. In Key Stage 2, when a child enters Key Stage in Year 3, they get given a school Google account. First name, last name, @charleswilliamsprimary.org. And it's not just an account that we go to Google and sign up on and just say, there you go, have it. It's all managed under a platform specifically designed for education. And it's designed for education in the fact that it doesn't have any adverts, so we're not being bombarded with Google's main revenue stream, which is all the placement ads and things like that. It's completely ad-free, and it allows us to manage what they can and can't use. So what it means, we can give them an account that gives them access to the tools that we're going to use. So they have access to things like the documents, the spreadsheets, the presentations. Email is gradually introduced to them, but then it's also things like their chat platforms are turned off. So we can turn off specific platforms as well, which is useful. So having that control means that we don't need to introduce them to everything straight away. The real power of this, and this is where, you know, there's two real powers of it really. The first power is that it isn't restricted to being used in school. You know, children can go home and from any internet-connected device, whether it's a phone or a, well, anything, it's not going to do this, you know what you're talking about, you can access the school, they can access their own account. And as the children go through Key Stage 2, we see more of them, you know, accessing it outside school just to do a bit of extra work, which, you know, to me, you know, it's all about time, isn't it? Balance of time in front of a screen, and we're not trying to promote too much. But it's nice that they can go, and when they're enthusiastic about a piece of work, they can go and they can use it outside the school. And that was a real benefit of being able to choose the Google platform. One of the other reasons we chose it was the fact that it looks the same no matter what you're using. Microsoft was heavily sort of focused towards, if you're using a PC, it looked great. If you're using a phone or an iPad, it wasn't great. You know, if you're using Apple stuff on an iMac or an iPad or a MacBook, they look lovely, they work really well. But you use them again, then maybe on a Samsung tablet, then that might not really work. Google was the one platform that seemed to work really well across everywhere, which was one of the little reasons we chose it. The other real big reason that Google became, it's taken on a lot around Wales. A lot of schools see what other schools do, and a lot of schools see what we've done with our Google platform and they've taken that on board is the collaboration side. The second thing on the DCF was collaboration, doing things. And Google was streets ahead of everybody else a few years ago in terms of their sharing and collaboration. You know, a few years ago, it was horrific in a school because, you know, teachers, for example, I use a teacher example. A teacher wanted to plan something, they'd type out their planning and say the teacher alongside them also wanted to plan something. Then they'd have to close down the document, they'd have to open it, they'd have to do a file and save as if they wanted to be careful, you don't write the changes, and it was a real hard way of doing it. And Google was one of the first ones. I sound like an advert, so I'm very conscious to do something with Google adverts sometimes, but I do believe in what we're doing. The collaboration was phenomenal in that multiple people could work on work together, and that met a huge part of what the DCF was about, was this collaboration and doing things together rather than doing things isolated. And Google was streets ahead in terms of being able to start a document, press the share button and share it with anybody else, and then you can all collaborate at the same time. And that, I mean, you walk into a classroom, and they're using the Chromebooks in school at the moment, and you look at the way they do it, and it's transformational. It really is the way they use technology now compared to the way they used it a few years ago. Just in terms of being able to get something out, so within about 2 minutes, you've got a group of 4 people all accessing, doing the same work, rather than one child doing the typing and the other 3 children peering over, trying to look in and struggle and not doing anything. So it transforms the learning in that way. And that was one of the reasons we went down the Google route. And the final reason we took Google was a lot to do with Google Classroom. A few years ago, Microsoft didn't have anything like it, and nor did Apple. They've both got something now, but Google Classroom, I'm going to go into a bit more detail and show you it in a minute, because it's something that we've rolled out to parents now, and we're starting to use a bit more. It's the easiest way to describe Google Classroom is it's a virtual classroom. It's an online classroom for all the pupils in your class. And it's got a huge number of benefits that I can go into over the time. If I start showing you a few little things, you know, obviously I'm giving you lots of information, and there will be plenty of time in a few minutes to sort of ask questions and question me and ask me about certain things. So, you know, if you're not sure, you know, lots of children I speak, I say to them, did you realise you can log in with your Google account at home? Oh no, I never knew that. And so it's been a real journey to try and teach the children that they can actually use things at home, and they can also contact, be safe, and share things with each other. So I'm not going to take you through all the different Google sort of features we've got, because I haven't got time for that. You know, that's a teacher account, which has got a lot more. The children one has got a lot less than that, so we've turned a lot of the features off. But what I'm going to go on to now and spend a few minutes talking about, just because it's one of the newest, well, for Key Stage 2, we've been using this for about 18 months, beginning of last year. The foundation phase, we just started rolling it out a little bit, in terms of communication home. In terms of people accounts, we don't use it in foundation phase for that at the moment. So every class in school has their own virtual classroom, so I'm also going to be biased and choose my own, if that makes sense. Just my notes on it really. And what it allows us to do, it allows multiple teachers to be on here, and it allows us to have all my pupils in sort of one place where we can share things with people. Now, the security side of it is once everybody's joined, I can turn off the joining feature so no one else can join. So they can't go and give the code to anybody else and say, oh, actually, can you come onto our class and then do all sorts of things. The other nice thing is you get what's called, it looks Facebook, so like I hate using this word too much, but I can say it, the Facebook wall. You know, it looks like it's like a newsfeed for Facebook. Okay? The one main thing is that pupils cannot message each other on this. You know, they cannot send private messages between each other. Alright, it's not meant for that, it's meant for learning, and it's meant to extend their learning and enable them to collaborate and basically have no limit to when and how they do their learning. So what it consists of is we can post documents on there. So as a sidelight, it reduces our photocopying bill massively. You know, which is fabulous, which I know Miss Penn likes at the back. Alright, the more we use this, the better. Because we've got a decent number of devices in class, we put a lot of texts on here. So we haven't got the money to go and buy 30 copies of a book, you know, and I hope there's nobody that's published authors, because I might say something that that's a bit illegal at the moment, but we do put a lot of copies of things on here, which we can share, which saves us printing it. So that's one of the benefits, is just sharing it. The real power comes in the fact that we can set the children assignments on here, and we can set the assignments, we can actually mark children's work on here as well. Now we don't do much of that at the moment because it's still something the staff are getting used to. And at the moment, we're more about just using it generally. This is something we'll be using a bit more in the future. So this was, they were doing, what were they doing in maths? They were doing some exercises in maths because we would do, the skill was to time things to the nearest tenth per second and the nearest hundredth per second. So we had a shared document, right, I can show you actually, this shows the power of what we had. So I basically created a template document on Google Docs, and all I put on there was the names of the children down the side and the exercises across the top. So the children then, during the maths lesson, were doing these exercises with stopwatches, timing themselves, and I didn't have to create 30 copies of this document. Every single child in the class, or in pairs they were working because we didn't have 30 devices, but in pairs, they were opening up the same document and all adding the details into it, which was really powerful in the fact that everybody could access it and we could see it as one document. And then from that then, in future maths lessons, we were interrogating it and we were using it to do some graphing and averages and means, and there was all sorts of skills that we draw out of it from it, which was really nice. If I wanted to, I can create individual copies of work and I can mark things as well. Okay, so in Key Stage 2, every pupil has got access to one, and every pupil in Key Stage 2 should be joined up to their classroom. So if you went home and asked them to join your home, do you use Google Classroom in school? Well, I'd like to say that 90% of people would say yes, because they do use it. And what we've done recently now, and I'll come on to this a bit more detail a bit later on after I've gone through the children's side of things, is we started to roll it out to parents as well, because parents can be involved in it, which is really important, And what I quite like about this as well is that if children do a piece of work they're really proud of, they can put it on Google Classroom, and when they get home, they can log in themselves and show you as well, which is quite nice. So it opens up the classroom a little bit, which is quite scary to some people, the fact that the classroom no longer becomes 4 walls inside a building that you only ever go into a few times a year. It's quite exciting that we can actually break down those walls a bit and share with you a bit more about what we do. Okay? That's the children's side of things. In foundation phase, as I say, we don't really use it on a pupil level in foundation phase at the moment. Okay? So if I go back to presentation a minute. Okay, like I say, if you ever want any more detail on anything like this, then I will happily do actually hands-on workshops in the future about certain things as well, if you feel that there's skills that need to be developed for you guys as well. So this is basically our digital toolkit. So some of you might recognise some of the things on there. I haven't got time to go into every single one of those boxes at the moment, but just so you know what we're using really. Google tends to be a lot of what we use. I mentioned earlier about Hub. I can't remember if I put a link onto it. I don't think I did right at the moment. Hub is an All Wales platform. So Hub is a website paid for, designed, updated, etc. by the Welsh Government, available for every pupil in Wales. And more they're putting things on here. The talk at the moment is that the national tests that we do every May are going to be done online, and the online access would be via that. That's the talk at the moment. I'll move on from that. Hub has got access to Microsoft Office. Okay, so every child in the whole of Wales has got access to the whole Microsoft Office suite. Lots of you would have heard Purple Mash. We used to use Purple Mash a lot, but being this, the type-istic people that we can be sometimes, we wanted to save a bit of money. J2E is exactly the same as Purple Mash, but it's £800 cheaper, and it's free to every child. So this year is a transition period. We've still got Purple Mash in school, but we're gradually phasing it out. We'll be starting to phase in a platform called J2E, and that covers a lot of skills that we use. It covers a lot of the computational thinking skills, a lot of those dabbling into the coding side of things, as well as, and that's more foundation phase. So I know that over the year, foundation phase, I know Mrs. Armstrong's been starting to have a look at it as well, with herself and how she can use it down in the ministry setting. You've all heard us go on about mathematics at the moment, so I don't need to say anything else about mathematics really, okay, apart from the fact that it's there and we set a lot of work on it. Giglets, alright, Giglets, is our reading one, okay, I'll move on from that one, alright, there you are, okay, and then there's a few platforms that we use a little bit in school, but you've probably never heard your children talk about them. Okay? And the only reason I put them up there is because if you're making notes and want to quickly write them down, then why not, The presentation I will put on our website, I will put on the website on the 21st Century Learning page so you can have access to it if you forget. But Canva, if you never used it yourself as well, this is actually quite good for you guys because it's actually brilliant for making posters and stuff. It's a really fab tool to be able to make nice posters rather than the drivel the children sometimes come up with, you know. And I've seen that line, you know. In terms of
but not in this school.
Sorry, oh gosh, never from this school. No, every poster is beautiful. Yeah, definitely. Scratch, you might have heard Scratch before. Now obviously coding is a huge deal for us and the computational thinking because for teachers, and I know I'm not being disrespectful to teachers when I say this, it's a tough thing for teachers because it's not something teachers have grown up with, you know, how to teach it and how to deliver it. And it's something that schools are just exploring and trying to figure out the best way of doing it. And there are so many, and as soon as the government was saying coding, every money-making organisation in the world was making a programme to say, yeah, come and use ours, you know, pay us £2,000 and use ours. And, you know, again, we sat back, we looked at a lot of these, Purple Mash had one, J2E have got a coding one, like, the list is endless, you know. The most popular one used in schools around is called Scratch, okay, which is free. Lovely, I love free stuff. And free stuff can actually be really good. It's been designed by MIT over in America, and the support and the resources that go with it are phenomenal, which means it's really achievable for teachers to use. So in the next year, 18 months, you'll hear more about Scratch, especially in Key Stage 2, you know, because it's a programming language, and that'll be something that we'll be using a lot more. We've got Raspberry Pis in school, but the aim is to start pushing those out a lot more as well. And I will do in the future a whole workshop using the Raspberry Pis and actually coding, because that would be great fun. We'd love something like that. Then we have things like we do video. So when it comes to video editing, it's a real tricky one with video editing. iMovie is fantastic and I use it all the time. We've got a huge number of iPads in school, but iMovie is hard and it takes up all the space. And so we sat back and tried to find a video editing that's again free for its limited features and also is child friendly. So in Key Stage 2 we do video, which is a lovely tool. And if you've never heard that, it's a web-based app that can be used through the internet. For modelling, okay, so for 3D modelling or for designing 3D projects, we're starting, again, this is very new, we're starting to use a program called SketchUp, okay, which is quite well known in the world of modelling. Okay, and then one we use an awful lot, which is this lovely little tool called Padlet, and it's like a mind mapping interactive. It's a sticky note website. You know, you post a question, and the children can put, it's like posting a sticky note on it. So instead of using actual paper sticky notes, we can set challenges and the children can complete it, and the sticky notes don't fall off and get water on and ruined. You know, you can see it. It's a lovely little one. So those are 9 of the main tools that we use. Okay, and if there's one thing to sort of get from me sharing this with you, it's the fact that you'll hear more about them over the next few years. And if you want to support your children at home and help them out, or just want to know what to use, if the children are saying, oh, Dad, Mum, can I go and do this on the internet? Can I do this on the computer? Oh, yeah, I know a perfect thing you can use for that. I use it in school. Go use that. You know, it's that information, isn't it? It's that knowledge is power at the end of the day. Okay? Like I said, I would love to go into a lot of these more details, but I'll have to move on, otherwise we'll be all night. I know I want to get home at some point. So, if I try and skip on, if my clicker works, there it does. Okay, that's a lot of the how, what I've just dealt with there, how we do things, what we use in school. Okay, I want to sort of spend the last sort of 10 minutes or so. This is more about you and what you can do and how you can see, and bringing you up to speed on the latest developments that we've been doing this term, this last half term, and are starting to do now as well. Okay, for years, ever since I joined school, we had our Twitter account. So the first thing I set up, Twitter's fantastic. And the messages that we always give to parents, and I repeat them now because it's so important, it's a celebration tool. That's the purpose of it. It's not a two-way communication tool. You will see that, one, we don't follow anybody, because I don't care what, the school, I don't, no offense to the lodge, but I don't really want to know what the lodge is doing every day. I don't care what people around are doing. It's all about us. It's all about the wonderful things that we do in our wonderful school. And so Twitter is that celebration platform. We don't use it to personal message. And if any people have got that message, and if you direct message through Twitter, you probably wouldn't get an answer, or we'd read it, but to contact you in a different way. You wouldn't respond by that, because that's not the purpose of the Twitter. It's purely about the celebration. And over the past three years that I've been here now, haven't I? I think we've now got, we've hit about 3,000 tweets, something like that. I haven't even looked recently, but an awful lot. And It's lovely, but what we found, what we talked about at the end of last year, was the fact that with a school account, being such a huge school, often things can get missed or left out. And we had talks about, let's do class or year group Twitter accounts. And then we looked at year group and we thought, should we do year group? But then we thought again, we could get lost, you know, and okay, I've got a child in that class, I don't necessarily want to see everything that happens in the other class. So then we made the decision, actually, let's go down the class route, and it is very new. I do have to stress that not every teacher at the moment is using it regularly. Okay, so if you go home tonight and look at your Twitter account for your child's class, you might not see lots of stuff on there. It's coming, you know, as with everything technology, it just takes a bit of time for people to get on board with it, which is absolutely fine. So I will link and show you mine, obviously, being biased, because it just makes sense, because I know I've been using it. Okay, so what we've tried to do is structure everything in the same way. So every single user account is CWP underscore the class name. So it's underscore Clevite for my class. Okay, so if you're in Avan, it'll be underscore Avan or underscore Y or D or TAP or 7. Okay, and that means it's very consistent throughout the school, so you can see it. Okay, it also means if the teacher changes, it's not specific to a teacher, so we kept it very neutral. Okay, and the idea again is that it's celebration. It's celebration about what we do in school. We went to a school trip to St. Fagans just before half term. So a lot of the pictures, if I scroll further down, are all about what happened when we were at St. Fagans. And it was lovely. It was like quickly put pictures of what we've been doing and share stuff on you. I started to put on, I put on a few videos of some PE dance things they were doing, which was lovely. They did some fab work, and I was so proud of them. I thought, I want to share this, so I put the link on to the PE video that we did, which is fab. So it's a way for you to be able to see. So if you're not following your class account, have a look and find it. If you don't have Twitter, okay, this is where I link to my next little thing, which is the school website, which I'm going to highlight to you as well. Okay, the school website. Our school website is 14 years I've done with IT, you know, and I've done so many different school websites. School websites can be brilliant or they can be awful, and it's really hard to keep school websites up to date all the time because it's time consuming. And so, what I've tried to do with our school website, and if I go back to this, I can link to it. Then is make a lot of it dynamic, which means that it's not onerous for me to have to update it all the time. Okay, so if you've not been on the school website, it does change. The fundamentals don't change much, but new things do get put on here. I am going to sort of just point you to a few things, and if you're talking to people in the playground, you know, and they ask a question, just say, actually, that's on the school website. Have a look. Okay, the home page. I'll stand over here for a second, just so I can click and it'll be easier to show things. The homepage includes a lot of our most important messages, okay? So we've got two things at the moment, all right? So that bottom section of the homepage changes quite regularly based on what the current things are, okay? So if you want to know if there's anything you should know about, then that's one of the main places to go and have a look at straight away, okay? Then we have, and what we do with every Twitter account, because not everybody's got Twitter, is we've embedded this Twitter stream into every single, into the website. So the whole school page, if you haven't got Twitter, you can still keep up to date. And this is where our website is quite small, but it's updated regularly because it's updated automatically, which is really nice. So you don't have to follow the school, you can come on and have a look and see all the messages and what's been going on in the Twitter account on here. Then you have the office section. And the office section, most of it self-explanatory, does what it says on the tin. Okay? Letters, forms, documents, school dinners. You know, the bane of my life is updating the school dinners page. Okay, well I do it. Okay, and yeah, there is the most popular, the most latest one on there. Oh, there was a link to it. Sorry, I didn't take a photo this time. Okay, especially because our school dinners they still work in paper format, which makes my life twice as hard. But the menus are on there, the prices are on there. Okay, the one thing lots of people, you know, and this is something that when we do a future workshop, I'll mention a bit more. The calendar is up to date. I do try to keep it as up to date as I can. All right, it is tricky because with a school as big and as dynamic as us, things change a lot. But as soon as I know about something, I do update it. So it is a good place to go, and that does go all the way through to next July as well. Okay. Then we have things like the key policies of the school, extracurricular clubs. So every term, the new timetable, the form, the letter for applying to go to a club is on there. Then we have letters and newsletters, and I have to say as well that, you know, the PTFA as well, if I, why is that not coming on? It's just, it's a bit slow, that's all. I do put on the PTFA newsletters when they send them to me, hint, hint, the people in the audience, don't get them all, we'll try. There you are. There's lots of forms and documents that you might not have seen or heard before. Governor's annual reports of parents, huge documents, we're not going to print them off and send them home, but they're all on here. Breakfast clubs, school email addresses, all sorts of things. And then the last thing on this section I just wanted to show you is the e-safety bit at the bottom. Okay, and again, I'm not going to dwell on this very much, but if you not that you'd be that interested, but e-safety is the hard one to keep up to date with because it's such a fast-moving world. So what we've done is embedded a news feed at the bottom of the page, so you can keep up with some of the latest news to do with e-safety and the children. And there's all sorts of new things being released all the time to help you just know how to stay safe and support your children. And that's by looking at that and clicking on some of the links can be a nice way just to help you out. Then we've got a learning section. So we've got pages not for every subject, but for some of the key ones in here. So we have information on the national test, the national curriculum, creativity, learning, being church school. We've got 2 pages there on RE and our values for life. And our latest page, we've added about 3 days ago, is our Welsh page. Okay, I didn't write it myself. Okay, I'd like to say I did, but I didn't. All right, and then the newest, sort of the most important section, the one you might see the most, okay, is the year group page. Okay, so what we're starting to do this term is not send home any paper unless it's got a form to send back in. Okay, so anything like newsletters that go home every Friday that are pertinent to year groups or phases, homework, those odd little notes that don't need to be photocopied. Okay, we're trying not to send them home paper-based. So unless you need to fill in something and send it back to school, we're trying to pull back now and trying to become more eco-friendly, etc., etc., etc. So what that means is you're going to receive emails from us every week, in theory, with our newsletters. So just before half-term, we sent a letter out asking you to email your teacher, your class teacher, your pupil's teacher. If you haven't done so, please do. So please spread the word. So I think we're on about 60%. If from the class I've spoken to, it seems to have been getting to about 2/3 of parents in every class seem to have emailed. Okay, and I'm going to show you something in a minute as well. So the whole idea is that every Friday, traditionally, we'd typed out, created a little newsletter, so we tell you what we've been doing this week, what we're doing next week. We'd give you some of if it was information about class assemblies or trips or art projects, things pertinent to your phase when your child's in. We'd create one, we'd print off, for year 5, 6, we print off 150 copies, every week. After about 2 weeks, it's a ream of paper. Over a year, it's an enormous amount of paper. And it just seems that we don't really have to do that. I don't get paper stuff from Amazon all the time, So what we're trying to do then is every Friday you'll get an email from your class teacher with, an attachment of the newsletter and any homework that goes with it. Now if it's homework that does need to be paper-based, then we would take it home, But a lot of the homework that we're doing nowadays can be via an attachment or can be an online tool, and so it's something that doesn't need to be printed off and sent home as well. So my big plea to you is that if you haven't emailed your class teacher with your email address, just send a blank email. They know exactly what they are because they've all been told what's coming, and then they will set you up. And I know in my class, we set it up for a trial, send it home over email, and the parents will email me back saying, "Yeah, got it, that's fine, great." So in case you missed the email as well, we're trying to, we want you to get our information. We don't want you to miss things. So we're trying to give you every tool possible to be able to say that you've got what you need to know. So as well as the emails, what we do is we share all our newsletters go into a folder on Google Drive, surprise. And because it's online, we can link to that. So on our school website, each phase of the school that does newsletters, has got a link. So if I click on year 5, 6s, now, all that does is open up a shared folder. And inside that shared folder now are all the newsletters from this term. Alright, so if I've missed a newsletter, or if I accidentally deleted my email, or I wasn't sure, what, 101 reasons, isn't it, where you might not have got the email, or you might have, if it had been coming home paper-based last term, and it didn't come home, or it had got lost, or something like that. There is always a way to find out everything, whether the school office has got it, but sometimes the hardest thing can be going into the school office and asking for it. It can be a lot easier just to have a look. So through the school website, you can get access to all 7, we didn't do it the first week back, no, we didn't do it the last week back actually, so all 7 of the 8 weeks of last half term, they're all our newsletters. So you can see exactly what's up there. Obviously this week's one will go up now on Friday, and then we'll email it out to everybody. Okay, so what we're trying to do is make sure that no matter what way you're doing things, you're going to get the information that you need. All right, because obviously, you know, communication and everything is absolutely paramount. Okay, so that's that side of the website, and that's pretty much the best part. We have embedded, okay, and I'll go to another one that I know uses it quite a bit. Where's class in there? Okay, so we've embedded every class's Twitter feed into the website. Okay, so you don't have to follow Twitter. Okay, so this is Glasgow. All right, so again, the website is becoming really dynamic in the fact that so many pages are getting updated all the time. You can see what's going on in the class, which means what we're trying to do is get you to look at the website a bit more as well. Okay, time flies by. So, there you are. Right, I'm coming to an end now because I'm conscious that I've talked about 45 minutes and bombarded you with stuff. So I've talked about the website. One thing I did want to show you quickly. When in Key Stage 2, when you sign up to Google Classroom, a few queries I've had off parents, they were getting things like this, okay? And what the questions off teachers were, you know, when you have got, is what we've done, we've invited you into Google Classroom, okay? And does that give you access to the whole of Google Classroom? No. Okay? The idea is that it doesn't, because, you know, we don't want everybody's, you know, you guys and everybody to see everything, you know, all the other children's work. And what you do get is like an email summary from the class every week, and all that is this. So this is for Ellie Rosen in my class. I put myself in on her account as well to get an email from her so I can see what it looked like. So all it shows is some of the class things we've been doing. So this is just a nice little touch. This is only for Key Stage 2, not the foundation phase, because foundation phase don't have the pupil logins. Okay? So for Key Stage 2, when you signed up and accepted your invitation for Google Classroom, each week you'll get a little email just showing you what sort of things have been going on in Google Classroom this week, which is quite nice. So you can see that there was something about Street Child, which we've been reading. There was an e-safety activity that the children had to do, okay? And that was it for that week. It wasn't a huge amount, okay? So if you get that email, because a few parents were asking, I've got an email, is there anything I should be doing with it? No. It's just, yeah, that's it. No. All it is information sharing, okay? It wasn't about, that's it, it wasn't about... Sorry? That one there, did it look like that?
Yeah, it looked like
yeah. Did it not, was it that, did it look like that email there? Did it look, no, is it gone? Did it look like that? Is that what it looked like? That's what I'm curious. Okay. No, it's interesting because it's hard for me to see every sort of aspect.
It wasn't like about what they've been doing. It was more of an activity like to take part in, to roll the year forwards, to roll the dice and do a maths-like activity. I will ask you, I'll be honest with you. If you get what you're not sure of, you forward it to me. Literally, just forward it to me. The more I see, because I've signed myself up as a fake parent of a child in my class, you know. This is no other school that I know of in the whole of in the region I work with. I work with a lot of schools. Use it for parent stuff. This is brand new to us, and you know I've seen the power of it reading case studies from other countries and other areas of the UK. You know it's quite cutting edge. If I speak highly of it, but it's brand new and it's quite innovative the way we're trying to do it via this. And I don't know every single tiny little detail about how Google Classroom works with parents at the moment. You know, I've worked a lot, I've managed to figure out a lot by signing myself up as a fake parent to the children in my class.
Get arrested for that.
I know, I haven't told her because she would be okay, I'm sure. But but if you do get something you're not sure of, please ping it to me. Just literally forward it to me.
Does the individual teacher then create a bit of a sort of newsletter and it comes out to all the parents in that class? Is that how it works?
Yeah, what we're doing, so basically what happens, I'll literally show you how I do it. So on a Friday now, okay, I literally now on a Friday will go to I'll click on my Students tab and that's my class here, okay? I then click this button, you can see now, these are the parents that are part of my class already because the guardians are in there. So I click on Email All Guardians. And what it does, it opens up my email. And what it does, it BCCs everybody's email address in. So first of all, it blind carbon copies them. So I'm not sharing every parent's email address, okay? So the children are in my class, the parents that are here, they can check and see if they've actually done it or not. So this is what the parents will do. This is what teachers will be doing each Friday. Is clicking that email button, which straight away opens up a Google email account from their work account. It populates with all their email addresses, and then what I will do is literally put a title in, something like weekly newsletter. I can't spell, but that's the least of my worries at the moment. So, hi, etc., etc. And then the parents or the teachers would attach then, if I just quickly go to the file, and this is what you would expect to get then, if I, key stage 2, I've got to find it now, year 5, 6, autumn I'm hoping, homework, see how long it takes to get anywhere, you'll see where I'm going. So if I pretend to attach the last, week 7's one. So in theory, that's what you would get.
Is that something that at the moment some teachers are doing come up?
Yeah, only as far as I know, only I tried it just before half term. So you might not have had this one. This is what I'm trying to figure out is, from this Friday now, the idea was that from 27th of October, which is the Friday before half term, that would be the last time that new paper newsletters would be sent home. The idea is now that from 2 days' time, on this Friday, you won't get a paper newsletter.
But we should get something like that.
You will get that.
So in theory, that's it, isn't it? That's useful. That people say it's handy.
Now, I trialled this out at the end of last half term, and I had a few parents. I said on my email, I said, if you get it, can you let me know? So I knew it was actually getting out. And one or two parents emailed back and said, yep, got newsletter, fine, great, fine, thank you. So hopefully that's sort of making sense. So in foundation phase, it's very similar. You should get an email, pretty much exactly the same. So no matter where you are in the school, if you've given your email address to your classroom teacher over the last 3 or 4 weeks, okay, on Friday at some point, you should get an email from your child's teacher. So if you've got 4 children in school, you might end up getting 4 emails. It does depend on that, and that might be something we look into in the future. Is that a bit silly, or is it okay? I don't know.
Keep them separate. I think
And that's fine. And again, like I'm saying, this is so new that there might be a few tweaks along the way, and it's only going to work and get better if parents can help me out as well. Which is why I'm saying, if you get an email you're not sure of, forward it back to me, because then if I can see it, I can figure out what it is, and I can figure out what to do about it. And if I don't know about it, then I can't really do much about it. So it's that, I want your feedback as well. That's why it's so nice to have so many parents here today, okay? Because, please feel free to email me at any time if you're not sure about something that's come through. We can figure out the best way. Is it working? If it's not working, then we'll hold our hands up and say, fine, it's not working, and we'll look at alternative ways. But, I've seen it work elsewhere, and I felt that, when I sold it to everybody in school, hopefully, I still, I believed in what we're trying to do anyway, So, the last few quick things I've nearly done, all right, and then please come and chat to me after or ask any questions or anything else. No, it's just that one. So, all I wanted to highlight was different ways that we share stuff with you guys, okay? Because some of them you're aware of, some of you might not be. And again, it's that knowledge is power, isn't it? Websites, Google Classroom, Twitter, I talked about that. We do have a YouTube channel. We don't post a huge amount to it, or rather, I should say, post most things to it, okay? But we do put some stuff on there. I'm going to put the video of tonight on there, okay? So we do have a YouTube channel. We've got 64 subscribers, which is quite nice. And we had our little tributes to we sang a song last year for our prayer tonight, which we put on the Facebook page as well. It's got 1,200 hits on there, which is quite nice. Actually, it can go quite good. Even our mannequin challenge at this goes got 391 hits. A bit bizarre. We do tend to post just a few of our special videos on there. Okay. What I think there might be a training video on a bit lower down. Things that happen in workshops. If I do workshops or things like that, I'll often put videos on here that just to share with you. So yeah, that's that one. Right, last two. Yes, fire away. Sorry?
Is that closed? So only could you go onto YouTube and put in?
I think you can.
You can.
I think you can. So obviously we're careful with what the children are, which children are in it, based on our list of children who can't have access to photos and videos and things like that.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, it is open. It is open, so people can see it. Okay?
So can I just ask?
Yeah, of course you can.
With Twitter, I noticed that anyone can go on to the each year groups and
each class is one.
And look at the photos.
Yes.
Where like with Facebook, it's generally you've got privacy.
Yeah.
I just found it a bit concerning that anyone could go on to.
We've always had that for 3 years now with our school accounts. Take the school account for example. We've had that policy with our school accounts is that every teacher in school is aware of what they can and can't post. So you will never see a teacher put, if you do, then please tell me and I'll speak to them straight away. But a teacher would never put a picture of an individual child with
Oh, no,
a name next to it, and all those guidelines and everything.
Yeah, I'm
and
just surprised
yeah.
that anyone could access, like, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I get it, you know.
Not that there's any crime, but I
Yeah.
just think those people
And
access.
we also, obviously, through school, every parent has the option of signing, they have the acceptable use of the parental permission thing. So at any point during school time, there are forms that the parent can sign, which means that we will not put anything on there. And that's our policy has always been to be open like that, and it's never had any comeback or anything. We've never had anything from it, and I completely get what you mean. It's that sharing of pictures of pupils and things, isn't it? And like I say, every parent has the option to withdraw that permission, and in which case we've got a master file that is prominent throughout the school, that every teacher knows exactly who cannot go on any of our digital or photograph things. And you know, yeah, it seems to work really. So I don't really. It's like we're all aware of it. Every teacher has e-safety training and is aware of what they can and can't do. So every teacher knows not to put certain things on there. I don't really tend to ever post individual children. I will tend to always try and post multiple children. You know, I will never really, and teachers know that, and most teachers don't tend to put individual. There are occasions when you want to celebrate that one child, but I think it's really, we're trying not to be, we don't want to block everything and close everything off. We want to, you know, ensure that, you know, I take great time to ensure that all the teachers know what they can and can't do. And so from that then, you know,
I just thought it would be for parents, not the general public, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
But no, it's the way of the world, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
And there's an argument for locking it down, absolutely. Personally, I believe the way we do it is alright and right,
It's working.
that's it, yeah. But
Sorry, can I just step
Yeah.
in there? It's about, so it's about what's our acceptable risk. So I absolutely concur. So I only entered the world of Facebook about 3 months ago, and that was because there was an issue that I needed to investigate, and I couldn't investigate it unless I had my own Facebook account. So I locked that down because I don't use it, whatever, that's down to me. But whatever we do, whether it's post a photograph, whatever we're doing in a PE lesson, a topic that we're studying in school, taking the children out for a trip and walking across the road, walking down the corridor that there are codes, we are all the time doing dynamic risk assessments. All the time we're thinking about the level of risk that we expose our children to. So therefore we're very, very mindful when we post images about what level of risk, because clearly every image that we post comes with a level of risk, doesn't it? We'd be very, very foolish and very wrong to say that by posting an image we're not putting our children at risk, because there is a risk with everything that we do. But posting an image of a child without their name attached to it, we believe, studies believe, the general consensus of opinion is that that poses a very, very, very low risk to our children. Even if we didn't have a Twitter account or a website, you would only have to Google or drive through Korean to know that there is a school here. So the presence of our school is not a secret. It's not a secret that there are children in a school. At the age that we live in, as that very first video clip, do I even say a video clip, or am I even a child of the 70s? That clip, that moving image, there you go, I prefer that, showed us how much data is out there. It is unavoidable, so we have to think really carefully about managing that level of risk. Clearly, there will be parents, and there are less than 6. So bearing in mind, we've got 517 children in school and 78 children in nursery. There are about 6. I think it is 6. My last parents who have said that no, they don't want their child's image shared. So we consider that to be unacceptable.
Yeah, I haven't got an issue with it. I was surprised that it was, you know, open to the general public.
That's all. And given that, and clearly this is my voice that's being recorded, not my image, I hope. You look like this, you don't know. Yeah, I was anyway. I don't do photographs. That message then will hopefully, if anybody else watches this and manages to get through this one, will realise that that's why we do it, and we about being open about that
Oh no, I totally get it. It was a very minimal risk, I know that.
But nevertheless, that's the rationale behind it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it really. The Facebook, PTFA run the Facebook page, which if you don't follow it or like it already, it's fantastic just because they post stuff and share everything and it's brilliant. I know most of the school I think do like it, don't they? You know, it's a brilliant way. We haven't got as a school our own Facebook account, purposely because we don't want to tread on their toes because it's too much job on their own. So we don't want to create more work for ourselves, they can do it for us, so that's fine. And we do use Ustream every now and again. You know, if you go into Ustream and just type in CW Cloud, I'll put the presentation on, stop talking anyway. We live stream things every now and again. St David's Day we live streamed. We live streamed walking down the street with a donkey at one point, I think. You know, it's just a bit of fun really. If you're sat at your office desk and a bit bored or fed up with your work, then every now and again we do live stream things for you as well. So those are our 6 ways of doing it. So as I draw to a close, that's my email address. You know, it's pretty obvious. You know, please, if you have any feedback, any questions, you can come and speak to me now in a second, and you know I'll answer them now. But you know, it's very much a two-way thing. We're trying to do the best we can to make sure that one, we're teaching our children the right things with regards to technology, and then two, we're also communicating and sharing these things with you in a modern, safe, but also good way. So if you've got ideas and feedback, please let me know, and we'll take it on board and everything else. But thank you for giving up an hour and 20 minutes of your time. It's much appreciated. It was a bit longer than I thought, hence why I'm talking so fast. But thank you very much, and I'm sure there'll be another in the future. But yeah, thank you for coming. All right.